Hi, it's Jamie, Progressive #1, #2 employee. Leave a message at the... Hey, Jamie, it's me, Jamie. This is your daily pep talk. I know it's been rough going ever since people found out about your a cappella group, Mad Harmony, but you will bounce back. I mean, you're the guy always helping people find coverage options with the Name Your Price tool. It should be you giving me the pep talk. Now get out there, hit that high note, and take Mad Harmony all the way to nationals this year! Sorry, it's pitchy.
Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Price and coverage match limited by state law.
Blog Talk Radio.
Alternative facts.
The following message is transmitted at the request of the United States government. At 12:07 a.m. Eastern Daylight Time, numerous unidentified objects of unknown intent and unknown origin were detected at high altitudes over multiple locations of Earth's outer space by the National Radio Astronomy Observatory, and these objects are presumed to be some form of controlled aircraft. It is not known if more of these aircraft will arrive, or if they will attempt entering Earth's atmosphere. United States citizens are encouraged to monitor local media outlets, as more updates will follow as information becomes available. The following message is transmitted at the request of the United States government. Attacks by the undead have been reported in several states across the country. The dead are rising from their graves and are attacking the human race. At this time, it is expected that more attacks of this nature will occur in several other states in the next few hours. The intent behind their attack is unknown at this time. He has been observed that a bite or exchange of fluids is a method of transmission. This is an extremely dangerous situation if they crave the taste of human flesh. It is not known whether this event will last for hours, days, or even longer. Stay calm, as authorities have been dispatched to deal with these creatures. An all-clear siren will be sounded when this situation is under control. Pacific Standard Time, nor is detected a long-range nuclear missile launcher. This missile is believed to be headed in the direction of all residents within a 400-mile radius of this area should seek a fallout shelter immediately.
Welcome to Within the Chaos with your host, Rodney the Viking Shortridge, co-host, Melinda the Raven Jackson. Want to give a big old shout out to the Facebook paranormal groups that allow us to post our shows on their pages and helping us to get the word out about all of our guests. Also, a shout out to the Connor sisters. Hats off to Misty and Ashley. They are the founders of SOS Sisters of Salem Paranormal Research Society and host of their podcast, Paranormal Party. You can find them on Facebook under Paranormal Party. If anyone would like to speak to Black Diamond Paranormal Society, BDPS, to discuss your paranormal questions or issues, go to our website at blackdiamondps.org or email blackdiamondps@yahoo.com. As always, our services are free.
Good evening, everyone, and thank you for joining us tonight. You can listen in by calling 516-387-1922, or you can go to the Vibe Radio Network website at blogtalkradio.com/Vibe Radio Network. For deep within the heart of the Appalachian Mountains, I'd like to welcome everyone and thank you for listening to Within the Chaos. My name is Rodney Shortridge, and I'll be your host tonight, along with my beautiful Raven, Melinda Jackson. First off, I'd like to give a shout out to my cousins up in Ohio, Jennifer and Joe Shortridge of 222 Paranormal. If you get a chance, check out their talk show. You can find them on Facebook under 222 Paranormal. Well, howdy everybody. Sorry, we was going to have Graham Phillips on the show tonight, but he messaged me earlier this morning and said that he had the flu and didn't have his voice, so we rescheduled him. He'll be on in December. So we wish him a speedy recovery and hope anyone else out there has the flu, stay away from me.
Oh, shit.
So, Melinda, how was your week?
Oh, fine as a frog hair.
Fine. That's fine.
That's pretty fine.
That's micro time.
That is really fine.
That's really fine. Well, what we're going to do tonight, we're going to have like an open line night, and anybody's got any questions, thoughts, comments, or want to just shoot the shit, just give me a call or give us a call. Just give us a little ring-a-ding-dang at 516-387-1922. I believe we got a caller. Well, let me see who this is. Well, hello, caller. State your name and business.
Hello, Big Sexy. My name is Rashad, and I think your mullet is fantastic.
Well, thank you, Rashad. I work hard on it. I even got some new shampoo and conditioner to make it shine and glow just like the mane of a horse.
Do you use the horse jizz? Because that's what I use.
Nope, but I've heard of it. Never thought about working it. I have a hard time working my own.
What's up, buddy?
What's up, Scott? This is Scott Osmond, man. The brother from down under. I didn't even say down under, right? Down under. Hell, I feel like
brother from another mother?
Brother from another mother. So what's up with you tonight? What brings you to our neck of the woods?
Well, I was thinking about Phantom Fest coming up that we're going to all be doing, and I'm pretty excited about it, and I was kind of wanting to talk about that a little bit.
All right. Well, what do you want to know? Phantom Fest is November 3rd from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. We've got like 8 speakers. We're going to have vendors from a bouncy house and a bouncy sled outside. We're going to have a local food truck going to be feeding everybody, and local town police is going to be there to let the kids in the police cruiser and hopefully don't shoot nobody. That was a joke. Don't joke. When people live and be like, son of a bitch. Don't be telling our secrets.
Paranormal lives matter.
Paranormal lives matter too.
Let's not support the police that are supporting us. Yay!
That's right. Yay! Let's take a knee for them.
You might want to give the location.
Oh, location is, the Commerce. Is it Commerce? Shit, what's the name of that building? Wait a minute. Let me look it up. I keep forgetting the name of the building. I'm sorry.
Hurry.
Tick tock, tick tock, tick tock. Let's see here.
Big Ben's on you.
Hell,
it's in Lebanon, Virginia.
Well, I know that. Okay.
Let's narrow it down.
Russell County Conference Center, 139 Highland Drive, Lebanon, Virginia. It's right behind the Wendy's there in Lebanon. So when you get to the red lights there at Wendy's, just go towards Wendy's and don't go into Wendy's. Just keep going straight, and it's back there in the back of that big ass building.
And there'll be signs everywhere.
We're gonna put signage everywhere. And
So if I'm coming off the highway, there's going to be a sign pointing me to which exit and which way to go from the exit and whatnot?
That's absolutely correct.
Fucking standing.
And if you want to go to our website, I've got it linked in with Black Diamond Paranormal Society's website. Just go to blackdiamondps.org/PhantomFest. Or you could go to our Facebook page, Phantom Fest, under facebook.com, yeah. And if you got any questions about it, we're still accepting people that may want to be vendors. The tables are $25 for vendor fee. This includes a 6-foot table, 2 chairs, and 2 free admission tickets, and power, if you need to plug up something, upon request. And this vendor fee is non-refundable. This is geared...
Or you've got to bring your own solar panels or generate a fire or something to create power. I'm just kidding. We're not having any fires inside the building.
No.
If anybody took that seriously, you're an idiot. Don't come.
Well, the Phantom Fest is geared for like-minded and enthusiastic and researchers in the fields of paranormal, UFO, cryptozoology, comics, horror films, gamers, cosplay, metaphysical, spiritual, artists, authors, ancient civilizations, tattoo artists, unexplained mysteries, superhumans, FX horror artists, steampunk, and we're also going to have a costume contest, which is going to have 4 different age groups. And first, second, and third place in each age group will get a trophy.
Yay!
So what else would you like to know?
That was so exciting! Yay! It was a random yay. I will tell you this, sir. I will tell you this. My nipples are hard thinking about it.
That's great. I hope, this is something I think is really great for our area. This is something I've wanted to do for our area for a long time. Oh, and by the way, we have a new sponsor. The Phantom Fest is actually sponsored by Black Diamond Paranormal Society, SOS, the Sisters of Salem, Within the Chaos, our show, of course, and Paranormal Party. But we have a new sponsor, the Elk Garden School Community Ministry. So our tickets are going to be $7, and children 0 to 6 is free. But the Elk Garden School Community Ministry will be set up to collect non-perishable food items to help local families during the Thanksgiving season. By bringing 2 or more non-perishable food items, you get your tickets for $5 each. And if you want to bring more non-perishable food items, they would greatly appreciate that.
All joking aside, Rod, I like to cut up and joke, but that's a really, really great cause, and I think that's a huge part of this event. And I encourage people to show up. Not only because you like the things that are going to be there, but even if you just want to show up and drop off some food, that would be fantastic because it's going for a great cause.
Well, thank you. And, every time that we've done an event, we've always tried to raise some money to help or food, do some type of food drive or something like that. And, with Thanksgiving only being, 2 or 3 weeks after the Phantom Fest, I figured this would be a great way for us to help the community, bring the community together, and, help the less fortunate that are maybe having a little hard time. And, everybody should have things.
Indeed.
But we also going to have some really great speakers. I'll name a few, and we'll save the rest of them for maybe next week. But first off, we're going to have Heather Arnold. She's coming all the way from New York. She's an author, researcher on giants and megaliths. And she also does the magical Aruba tours down in Aruba. So excited to meet her. She's excited to come down. She was actually our first guest speaker that signed on.
That's awesome. She should get like a door prize.
She is. She's getting me.
Hello.
Hello. Hello. I'm a giant too. See? And we also going to have a local boy that's going to be speaking, Justin Trout. He's an author of fantasy books and also a film director. And we also got another local group that's coming there to speak, the Southern Gypsies. They do the they're psychic mediums and healers and what else would you call them?
Tarot card readers, scrying.
Yeah, they do all that stuff. And we're going to have a special appearance by award-winning actress, horror scream queen, Jessica Fleece. And she's hot.
What has she been in?
I don't know. She's been in a bunch of stuff. Here, let me pull up her bio and I'll tell you.
You say she's hot, and I just want to see.
Number 16.
Number 16, Jessica Fleece. Let's see here.
Oh, my goodness.
I hope she wears that.
Wow.
I'm going to get her to autograph my kitty. So that way I can run over and get the tattoo people to tattoo it on her quick.
Rodney, let's be awesome. Let's be honest here. If everybody that comes in autographs your titties, you're not going to have a chest left. It's just going to be pure ink.
I know. It'd just be all scribbled. I look like something out of some demon movie then. Okay, Jessica.
You look like a kindergartner's drawing that they bring home, and they're like, "Look at this, Daddy," and you're like, "That is a beautiful horse," and they're like, "No, it's a tree."
Yeah, that'd be me. Yeah, and I got it tattooed on there. It'd be like, yay. Let's see. Jessica Fleece is an award-winning actress and horror scream queen. She has appeared in several films and TV productions, including Just South of Hell, Soulmate, The American Werewolf Project, Seventh Day, Laid to Rest, The Price, Blood Loss, Tales of Horror, I Was Possessed, Southern Fried Homicide. Somebody got a little rhythm in them on there. And Copycat.
It actually sounds pretty. That actually sounds pretty good. I want to check that out.
Take out Colonel Sanders.
Southern Fried Homicide. That sounds like something you want to pull up KFC and say, "Yeah, I'd like to have some Southern Fried Homicide."
Yeah, some hot shit.
And I'm not making fun of you, Jessica. Love you to death. No, it's just, we country and, chicken and fried Southern goes together. Copycat Killers. And along with her acting accolades, Jessica is also a recognized cosplay model and is especially known for Vampirella, which I do have photo of her in her costume, but due to the nature of not much costume, some people may be offended. Not me.
Meow.
I think it's too much clothing, but that's me. Jessica will be at her booth to sign autographs, DVDs, and other merch, and will be available for meet and greets.
I know where all the guys are going to be.
You know where I'm going to be. Hello. I'm going to be your handler today. I'm going to handle that and that and that and those and this and that.
You're talking about the merch that she's peddling, right?
That's exactly right.
Right.
Her DVDs or T-shirts or posters, all that good stuff. Well, I'm excited, man. This is something that we've been working on for years, and to be this close to it actually happening, it's blowing my mind. It's really, I don't know. It's just hard to put into words.
Well, you've certainly worked your ass off, so.
I don't have an ass to work off.
Well, you know,
Well,
it's
you
the
won't
first
have to
time that something.
My phantom
It's
lady.
the first time that something in this neck of Southwest Virginia is going to happen.
Exactly.
Nothing else in this area has happened, so it's actually a big deal for people that are listening. Anybody that's a fan of any of the things that Rodney listed earlier, you know, this is something that you want to come and check out. I know we're here in this little corner of Southwest Virginia, but I know that there's people here that love that stuff, and come on out and check it out because it's going to be great.
Yeah, I mean, we've got people coming from, like I said, Heather's coming from New York. We got a guy coming all the way from Colorado. We've got the lady I was just talking about, Miss Fleece. She's coming from Minnesota. We got somebody coming from Pennsylvania. We got a few local people. I mean, it's just amazing how many of these speakers are taking their time and their money to travel here to help support this and get us started. And you know, they didn't ask for a dime, and you know, they're behind it 100%.
I mean, that speaks volumes right there.
It does, and you know, you just can't thank them enough.
Nope.
And if everybody comes out and you know meets their favorite person, or might meet somebody you end up loving, and like, well, I never thought I'd be into Giants or something like that. You know, that lady just laid it down, man, laid the smack down, and I loved it. But we, you know, our vendors, like I said, we got vendors, you know, that's going to be selling anywhere from jewelry, handmade jewelry.
And then the new ones, the armor.
Yeah, somebody's going to be selling armor, the mesh metal armor where they make by hand. We got a few authors who are going to be there signing their books and talking to people. There's just so many I just can't think off the top of my head. I like to go do it.
Well, what if I want to eat, man? Like, is there going to be food there?
Yeah, we got a vendor that's going to be setting up outside. He's actually a local vendor. He's a local food truck. He's going to be set up outside serving hamburgers, hot dogs, and all that other good stuff.
Sounds good to me.
Oh, hell yeah.
I'm trying to get all the local people involved. I know the Russell County Chamber of Commerce, they're going to be setting up. The Russell County Library is going to be setting up, doing some games for the kids. Matter of fact, we got some gamers who are going to be setting up a couple of tables, teaching people how to play these type of battle games and stuff. I'm excited about that. They want me to play, and I'm like, I don't know how to. If it ain't got a controller, I ain't played in years, man.
And the bouncy house, is it going to be there the whole time?
Bouncy House will be there the whole time. Boy, he contacted me. All excited about it once he heard about it.
Cool.
Now, he normally charges out he charges, he got me money on that, but he didn't charge us. He said, no, I'm excited somebody bringing something like this in this area.
That's cool.
I mean, a lot of our vendors are, I've got people right now that's coming from North Carolina, Kentucky, Tennessee, Pennsylvania, Ohio, just vendors. And I want to get it sold out. I want it to be the biggest, baddest shit there, so that way next year it'll be even badder.
That's right.
I want to eventually be a badass Scarefest down there in Lexington, Kentucky.
I believe it was, yeah.
Now that, that's huge. That's huge, and I want us to grow like that, especially for our area. We deserve it. Our area deserves it.
Well, we got to start somewhere, right, buddy? So
that's right.
It's, there's the first year for everything, and So if we get a lot of people out, and so we're asking everybody to come on out and support us and have a good time, you know, and as we grow, you know, it's going to get better and better and better. And for everybody in the area that enjoys these kind of conventions, you know, the more people that come out, the more it's going to grow, and everybody is going to benefit from it. And it's, again, there's nothing like that in our neck of the woods. So, you know, from Bristol to Bluefield to Pikeville, you know, heck, all the way up to what, Roanoke or something? I mean, how many of these events are happening? There's very few, and there's nothing like it right here in our area. So this is a first, and that's why, you know, people should come out that are interested. Get your butts out here and let's have a good time and enjoy the speakers and the vendors and the hosts and the food and everything, and let's make something unique to this area that can grow into something bigger. That's what we're looking at.
That's absolutely right.
And plus, it doesn't cost an arm and a leg.
Nope, $7 for a ticket.
Or $5 if you bring
2 non-perishable items.
That's right.
I mean, how much cheaper can you get?
And then that way you're helping people as well.
You're helping people. That's right. You're helping your local community. The food's going out to the local community. You know, we ain't making no money off this. And, you know, and because of the advertising and all this, we have a very small budget to start with. And, you know, it's, you know, I thank Kevin, you know, at the conference center for, you know, letting us in there, and also Southwest Community College for letting us in the room next door to set up for our speakers. I mean, everybody's just all excited about it down there. I got a call back to the Russell County Sheriff's Office. They're wanting to do something. I don't know if they're going to set up a booth or what, but they're wanting to do something for the kids too. And see, that's the big thing that I wanted for this. I want to be for adults and kids, because a lot of these cons or a lot of these fests are more set up either or. And a lot of them are set up on one topic, like either horror, paranormal, or comic books, or UFO. I want it all. Let's just put it all in one area and let everybody enjoy it. Just whatever if you're into UFOs or comics or whatever, we got somebody there. If you're into, you know, these authors that write fantasy books, we got that.
That's right.
If you want to come by and get your palm read, we got that. If you need to get you some armor, damn it, we're going to get that too.
Well, hey, Rob, let me ask you a question. We are members of Black Diamond Paranormal Society. We're the ones putting on the event. Clearly, we're into the paranormal thing. Is there anybody that's going to show up to the event that you have particular interest in seeing? Maybe something that, you know, you've never really dealt with before, or anything of that nature, you know, UFOs, Bigfoot, anything like that, anybody that's showing up like that you're excited to see yourself?
Well, there's 2 people. Heather, that I just mentioned, where she researches giant to megalithic sites. I've always been fascinated with that. And also John, the guy's coming from Colorado, he's a Bigfoot researcher. And, you know, I've always been fascinated with those 2 areas. And I'm also fascinated with UFOs. But the problem is, we're trying to get a UFO person there. That's becoming to be a problem, because where they have so many events that they go to, who would thought that November 3rd is a popular date for the UFO community? I don't know. So all the ones that I've either had on the show or, you know, dealt with or asked questions or, you know, friends with them or whatever, they're all going to some kind of UFO convention on the 3rd. And they told me that.
Well, we'll find one. But what about the Bigfoot guys? So you're fascinated with that, right?
Yeah.
So, you know, how much have you talked to him? Like, is it, you know, is he very experienced with this? How, you know, is he going to take you on a Bigfoot investigation?
You gonna do it? I hope so. I'd like for him to take the whole group on one.
That would be awesome. I'm sorry. I got predisposed for a second. I just put my cigarette out. Okay.
You know,
there was a slight distraction there.
Yeah. you know, they talk about those 2 missing planets. God damn, I found them.
You found a megalithic over here.
No, I didn't find no megalithic. I found 2 extra terrestrial orbs floating around my house.
Ah.
Came close for a collision. Gravitational pull pulled it away just in time.
Moving on.
Were they held in by gravity or gravity that actually has like a strap?
Well, gravity was holding it, but also I've seen an artificial, you know, weapon that was holding it back. Because I think they were
it's like Armageddon. I mean, can we really blow up an asteroid? No. Can those things be held back with a strap? No.
My mom used to call them the over-the-shoulder boulder holders.
Over the shoulder.
For those of you that are listening and don't know what we're talking about Rodney's boobs.
Yes. Rod's got some massive boobs. I got some man kids.
He's got the pecs that wreck. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah, 20 years ago. This is what happens after you turn 20, and then when you hit 48, this is the ones that wreck the rack. That's called old age.
I've seen his nipples. They're magnificent. A reminder, everybody, this is a family-friendly event. This is a family-friendly event that we're talking about. Not so much a family-friendly radio show? Question mark?
No, if anybody's listening to this show, they know that, you know, I'm pretty...
We've been off course pretty quick.
I'm pretty vulgar sometimes. What was we talking about? Phantom Fest. That's right.
Yeah.
Hey, we got a call. We got a couple calls. Let me see what they got to say.
Take it.
Okay, 612 area code, you're on the air. This is Rodney. How you doing?
Doing well, sir. How about yourself?
I'm doing all right. We sitting here just shooting us. I just want to say shit, but I'm afraid that you might be offended.
Right. I was just wondering if I could ask a question and give me an answer.
That's fine. Go ahead.
Yeah, I was just wondering, do you guys believe in God?
Who are you directing that question to?
No, to anyone that was on the line.
Scott, you want to take that one?
I didn't understand what he said. I'm sorry. Go ahead, caller.
No, I was just asking if you believe in God.
Do I believe in God? I believe in a higher power, yes, but I don't necessarily believe in religion, if that makes sense.
Are you still there, sir?
Yeah. Did you hear what I said?
Yeah, I heard you say.
Okay, so what is your response to that then?
Hey, that's fine. I just wanted to see what you guys thought, because I've been an atheist for a while, and I recently became a Christian, and I'm just fascinated to see like why people believe whether or not God exists or not, and what's the reasons for that. It's interesting to know.
Oh, well, since you're an atheist, then I'm fine with what I am. I'm an atheist too. It's just so people.
I said I'm a former atheist. I used to be when I just became a Christian.
Oh, well, it happens. There ain't nothing wrong with that. I don't have nothing against religion and people's beliefs. I just think a lot of people that claim to be Christians don't live the way the Bible says that they're supposed to live.
Right.
Rod, can I interject here? Actually, sir, Rodney and I were actually having a conversation earlier that relates to what you're asking. And what we were talking about is people that take advantage of people and how that's not right. And we weren't talking about how every preacher does this, because that's certainly not true. But we were talking about the fact that there are preachers of the Christian faith and probably other faiths as well that take advantage of naive people and poor people to take their money only to make themselves rich. And I think that's wrong. If you're a Christian, that would be completely against your faith. What you say, sir?
No, I totally agree. I mean, I'm pretty sure you guys have read some of the Gospels about like what Jesus said and what he said, what he taught.
Well, I have a question for you, sir. What made you decide to become a Christian?
No, I just I guess in a way, just God just revealed himself to me. He made himself real to me, and I got to see a lot of stuff that I didn't know about myself. I kind of had like a review of my life. And, kind of shocking. I had no idea all the things I had done. Before that, I would have thought I was a decent person. But I found out I wasn't.
Well, can I ask how did he reveal himself to you?
Yeah, that was kind of strange because it wasn't in the church or anything like that, and I wasn't even thinking about God or anything to do with religion whatsoever. I was just in my living room and sitting down, going over some plans for stuff. I had a business deal coming up in like a week, and so we were just going over things, and I'm sitting here just contemplating what to do or what should I do, and this thought just pops in my mind saying, reminded me of the story I read when I was a child about Solomon when he asked God to give him wisdom. And it was weird because, I thought, where's this coming? Because I wouldn't have thought that, but it wouldn't leave. It kept like, so it was like it was nagging me. And it wouldn't go away no matter what I did. That would be in the back of my mind nonstop. So I thought, whatever, let me just try this. So I got down to pray, like half-heartedly, and was joking to myself. And right when I started, immediately I heard a voice speak. And it just said one word. It said wicked. And when it said wicked, it's like the word itself is like shot at me, and it like pierced. I can't explain it, but like it pierced my mind. Nobody can explain it. And I got up, sat back on the sofa, looking around, trying to figure out where this voice is coming from. And all of a sudden, this like screen pops up in front of me, and I'm like seeing my life from when I was born to that moment. From like like I was seeing, like I'm watching a movie. And I saw every time I lied, every time I cheated, every time I took advantage of somebody, every time I made fun of someone or did someone wrong. And I got to see not only myself doing it, but I got to see from the perspective of the person that I am wrong and what it looked like from their perspective and how they felt about it. It was pretty shocking, man. I had no idea. I'd lied that many times in my life and all that. After it was
well, can I ask you something, sir? Can I interrupt? I'm sorry.
Yeah, sorry. No, I apologize.
No, first off, what's your name, man?
My name's Mike.
My name's Scott. Nice to talk to you, man. I'm just curious. I'm not judging your choice by any means, but I'm just curious. Like, first off, like you were listening to the show clearly, but what made you call up and ask that question? I'm just curious about that.
Yeah, it's kind of I guess it's kind of a spiritual thing. I probably don't believe it. It's real. It's a weird thing where.
Well, I mean, you say that I probably don't believe in it, but you don't know. You don't know me. We've just talked on the phone for the last couple of minutes, so you don't know me. You don't know what I believe, to be fair.
Oh.
Right?
No, because I thought you told me you were an atheist. That's why I thought you don't believe like spirits.
So, I mean, I'm just asking out of curiosity why you called the show and asked that question, because it makes me curious, because we're talking about, you know, a paranormal slash, you know, cryptozoology, Comic-Con type thing. Were you calling in because you think, I mean, I don't know. I'm not going to assume anything. I want to ask you, like, why is it you called and asked that question?
Yeah, it's just this thing where, like, I feel like the Holy Spirit kind of leads me just to act talk to some people. Like, usually I'll be walking down the street and if I have like $20 in my pocket, I'll just feel the Spirit tell me, like, there's a person over here around the corner with a backpack or something, go and give him the $20. Or I'll see someone and I'll just feel the Spirit tell me, go and tell them that the Lord loves them, that He cares for them. And it's just one of those things, I can't explain it, but it's like, it just happens where I come across certain things and just feel like.
Okay, so the Holy Spirit is telling you to call the show?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Well, I mean, if that's the way you believe, I'm not going to argue with you about it. I mean, that's the way you feel. But, you know, I don't know if, I mean, are you trying to convince us of your ways?
No, it's not like, I'm not like trying to argue or trying to convince you, just to talk to you about it. If you don't want to talk about it, it's fine. I understand. It's not like,
no, I mean, I'll talk about it all night. I don't really care. I mean, but I was just curious about what you were thinking when you called. That's all. I mean, it was just kind of a weird question to come out of the blue from what we were talking about. You know, so I don't know. I mean, I don't know if we should just take the next caller or, you know, if we should just keep talking. I'm just being honest with you here, pal.
Okay. No, it's up to you. I mean, if you don't want to talk about it, it's fine. I'm not trying to, like, offend anybody here.
Oh, no, you're
I'm not offended. I'm not offended. I'm just saying we're having a show here talking about, you know, trying to promote this event, and, you know, I don't want it to turn into a religious show and a religious argument. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, no,
you know what I mean? So, I mean, if you want to call me offline, hell, man, I'll give you my number. We can debate religion and talk about it all night. But right now, we're trying to do a radio show here.
Okay.
That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, no problem.
You know, and I don't want you to get pissed. I'm being honest.
Oh, no, it's
I
all
want
good.
to be. All right. Well,
I appreciate you taking my call and giving me some time. You guys have a good night.
Well,
all right. Well, hey, Mike.
Yep.
Huh?
Oh, what was that?
Well, Mike. Mike. You have a good night. We're gonna go to the next caller. Okay. Have a good night.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Okay, let's see about the next caller. Well, we'll switch over. There we go. This is a 276-873 number. Hello, you're on the air. You have a question? This is Rodney, Scott, and Melinda in the morning.
They probably hung up because they were waiting for, you know, they were waiting too long because of that.
Hello?
Yeah, hello?
Hello?
Yeah, you there?
Yes, this is the one you talking about, 873?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I didn't know you was talking to me. This is, I'm one of your cousins.
Oh, okay. Oh,
From first cousins.
yeah.
Gary Street?
Yeah. You doing
Yeah,
all right?
Yeah, pretty good, I guess. I just got in from work. I was laying in bed resting, listening to you, and I got a question about what does lights mean?
Did you say lice or lies?
Yeah, lights, like, I seen one about 40 years ago in her grandpa's house, Clyde Shortridge's house.
Yeah.
Me and Farrell was out there playing music, and it was about 2 o'clock in the morning. It was about 2 inches of snow on the ground, and this light appeared in the window. Oh, it's about as big as these old train lights. I seen it first, and then I just stopped playing music. And Farrell, my eyes must got big or something. Farrell, what's wrong? I said, turn around and look. Well, the light disappeared. I said, I seen the light in that window. All right, and then we played a little bit more, and then I stopped again. He turned around, there that light was again. And then we run to her grandpa's house, and about 2 inches of snow on the ground. Didn't no snow no more that night. All right, and then wasn't no footprints out there at that window. And what do you think that was?
I don't know, but I know Dad talked about, and I remember Farrell talking about stuff going on around Paul's and out there, guy's old house, and they all said it was haunted in that area.
Yeah.
Wait, so Rodney, so you know this is your cousin. You know where he's talking about, what he's referencing?
Yeah, he's talking where my grandma's house is. There's another house right across from it.
Okay.
And there's always been stories of. I remember Dad, Mom. They said they lived there when I was first born, and they seen lights shining through the window too. And you know they didn't have no street lights or nothing like that back then. He said, and I know over my grandparents' house, Mom and Pa's, Papa had been dead for about 2 or 3 years, and I was sitting over there in the living room watching TV while Farrell was in the kitchen, and my grandpa walked right out of the bedroom, walked right by me, and smiled. And I went down. I heard Farrell say "Daddy," and I went down in the basement and went home. I was like, "Oh hell no!"
Yeah.
But yeah,
well, so let's get back to the lights though. You know, sometimes there's a theory that you know, things that can show up in a light form, right? I mean, Rod, Melinda, do you agree?
Yes.
Oh yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
But that whole area in there is well known to be haunted. I used to go up in the woods there all the time, and there was a guy that'd be on the other side of the valley from me, and he'd follow me up. And I told Dad about it, and Dad told me, he said, stop and ask who he is, all over there and ask. This happened 3 or 4 times. When I did, the guy just smiled and just disappeared.
Yeah. And I seen another light where I live at now. I seen it in 2002, about 2 weeks after my mother died, which my mother was your aunt. Anyway, I got it on my mind, got sure what that preacher's talking about. I just got thinking she'd have to lay there on that old ground till the end of time come, and I got to worry about that. And he said dead in Christ or rise first and all that stuff he preached. And then I was up one morning about 4 o'clock, couldn't sleep. Looked out the window, and about right down this big field, the big same slide about that same size just appeared there, just as plain as it could be. Just appeared there for a second or two and went off. And after I seen that light again, I didn't worry nothing about it no more. But I just figured my mother's spirit went on to heaven when I seen that light.
Melinda, what do you think about that?
What do I think about the light?
Yeah.
I mean, I believe that anything is possible. I mean, I personally haven't seen anything like that, but I'm open-minded. I mean, there's other things that I believe in. Why not that as well?
What do you think it could be?
I mean, it could be a number of things. I mean, obviously, you know, UFO.
Well, stuff like that's been seen around.
Yeah. I would be.
So you're thinking, Melinda, you're thinking more paranormal, more than paranormal it could be.
Yeah, more than paranormal. Yeah.
Okay, interesting. Yeah.
Yeah, I've seen UFOs too. Plenty of times.
Now, Gary, do you feel like it was more angelic than anything?
I don't know what that was.
Mm-hmm. Because
I know. Furl seen. I think I was about 21 and Furl was 18, I guess.
Yeah.
That's about the first thing I ever seen that didn't know what it was.
Yeah.
And it couldn't have been nobody because it went come out getting right against the wind and the snow on the ground. Wasn't no footprints in snow next morning, and it didn't snow no more.
Uh-huh.
But I'm trying to get over. So you gonna be over at Lebanon on the 3rd, Rodney?
Yep. Be 3rd of November.
3rd of November.
Yes, sir.
Yep. If I don't have to work that day, I'll try to come over and check that out. Okay.
Well, we'd be happy to have you.
Okay, and I'll get off here and let somebody else call in. Thanks for listening to me.
Oh, I appreciate you, and thank you for listening, Gary. You have a good, and y'all take care.
Have a good night.
Okay.
Okay, bye-bye.
Have a good night.
You too. Okay, Scott. We ain't got nobody else right now, so.
Well, I mean, okay. Let's fill some time then. That's an interesting thing, and that's like a family thing for you, right? So, I don't know. The light thing. I mean, there's a lot of stories about people seeing lights. I mean, I've read a lot of stories about it. You know, I don't really know a lot about it. I've never seen one. I've been doing paranormal investigations for like 10 years now, and I've never seen like a flash of light or floating ball like that or anything what he was describing. So I don't really have any experience with that. All I know is what I've read about. And I've read that it can be something paranormal, but I kind of agree with Melinda that maybe more like UFO. I don't know. It just seems weird that it's coincidental that, with people dying or something, what he was saying, So, I don't know. What do you think?
Well, I know when I was about 17, after we moved up here to Tazewell, I was back there in the bed asleep, and I woke up to a bright light in my room. And when I opened my eyes, it was so bright I couldn't even see the room. And I remember hollering, I hollered, "Daddy!" And next thing I know, he opened up the door and the light just went away. And he's like, "What?" And I told him, I said, "Did you not see that bright light?" And he's like, No, it was dark. He's like, "I didn't see no light under the door, nothing." And he said, "You probably was dreaming or something." I'm like, "No, I wasn't dreaming. It was just a bright light, and it's just white. It didn't hurt your eyes or nothing like that." But that's the only time I've ever seen like a bright light. Now, like you was talking about my grandparents' house in that area, there's all kinds of shit that's went on that I've heard stories of, stuff I've seen. Dad's told
now,
me.
Where's he talking? Where's he talking about there? Like over in Buchanan County, where you grew up? Is that where the area he's talking about?
Yeah, up at Rowe.
Okay.
Garden.
Well, from a paranormal point of view, I mean, if that's what that was, that takes a lot of energy.
Yeah, to make any type of light. I know Dad and Pearl talked about, and Billy, my Uncle Billy, talked about seeing, like a shadow walking by a certain window at night sometimes. But the problem is, it's like 20 feet off the ground. And they're like, there ain't no damn way somebody could be that tall.
Cast a shadow like that.
They cast a shadow like
right.
that. Yeah. And that would scare them, and they're young, teenage boys, but they swear them down that they.
And it never came in?
Nope. I know one time, me and my Uncle Furl was sitting there watching TV in the living room. And granted, my grandpa, been dead for 3-4 years. And the back or the door that went out to the porch is one of those old doors that had a skeleton key.
Mm-hmm.
And like I said, we're sitting there watching TV, and something caught my eye because the way Mom had the curtain. I seen the curtain kind of move,
Mm-hmm.
and it had the pane windows that don't open.
Okay.
And I seen it kind of brush open, and then all of a sudden I seen the key that they're turning like it's trying to unlock itself. And then Furl looked over, and he seen it, and he's like, "What the hell?" I said, "I don't know, but I'm going home. Bye." Down the basement and up to the house I went again.
You're a runner.
I was a runner back in the day.
Now you're chasing.
Now I'm chasing. Back in the day, I ran from it. Today, I'm running to
You
it.
run to it.
Ain't that some shit?
Hey, it's amazing, isn't it?
But Dad would always say, I tell Dad all this shit, and he'd be like, "Oh, don't you tell nobody. They think you're crazy." But what he do, he'd go tell everybody what I was telling. That's what got me started into this with my Uncle Alan. Because Dad had told everybody what all I seen and heard growing up. Then Alan was like, apparently they might be connected to you somehow. You might ought to, investigate. So I did.
My mom told me after she found out that I was doing this stuff, she told me one day that when my brother was born, my brother's 3 years older than me, my grandfather died before I was born, and he died before my brother was born as well. But she said that he died just before my brother was born. And when she got my brother home from the hospital, he was sitting in the crib. And she went in to check on my brother one night, and she swears that she saw my grandfather sitting over my brother looking at him, and that he turned to her and smiled and then disappeared.
Damn.
And that was kind of, I thought that was kind of cool for my mom to tell me that. And when she found out that I was into doing the paranormal stuff, she has no reason to make up a story or anything. And as a matter of fact, and we can talk offline on this, Rod, she would love to do an investigation one time.
Cool.
She's a very religious woman, but she believes in the paranormal, that something's going on there. She don't know how to explain it. None of us really know how to explain it. That's why we do it. It's just kind of an interesting story, and it's crazy how all of us have these family things that have happened that may have just led to us getting into this.
That's true. You got anything to add to that? Got any experiences or anything you want to?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, I've experienced this stuff since I've been 4.
Okay, we ain't got all night.
Well, I got plenty.
Well, give us one of your. Let's start with your earliest childhood memory of something supernatural or paranormal.
My grandfather had passed away, and I was laying in bed. Something told me to look at the foot of the bed, and he was sitting there looking at me. And it didn't scare me. He was smiling at me. And I got up, went and told my mom that Papa was in my room sitting on my bed. That was my very first time.
How did your mom react?
Well, my mom has gifts. My grandmother had gifts, and they actually were just kind of waiting to see if I did. That's why my grandmother called me Spirit Child.
That's cool.
The scariest thing is when I got sick one time. I was real sick, and we had a really bad winter, and my temperature was spiking anywhere from 104 to 106, and we couldn't get out. So Mom called the hospital, and they said, "We'll put her in the ice bath." That's how bad it was. Well, I remember I was laying there, and I looked up at the ceiling, and it was the ceiling, just like a big old hole opened up. When I looked up in there, it was spinning like a top. And I heard this voice say, if you want to live forever, reach for my hand. And my dad said he heard some commotion and was also coming to check on me. And he said that when he came in there, I was standing on my tiptoes in my little nightgown, reaching as hard as I could towards the ceiling for something. But he said as soon as he came over there and he tapped me, I dropped to the bed.
Damn.
But I heard the voice. The voice was not human. It was, to me, it sounded like what an animal would sound like if an animal could actually vocalize and speak to you.
That gruffy sound.
It wasn't human. You know it wasn't human. And, you know, and I told my mother what it said, and she said that she felt where I was sick, that something was not trying to get me.
Well, from what I understand, when you're sick, that's when apparently a lot of either evil spirits, demons, so forth like that.
Because you're not making a clear decision.
Yeah, they just draw around.
Well, you're weak. You're weak.
Physically,
and so it's easier for them to take advantage of you versus when you're strong.
Yeah.
And then the fact that it said if you want to live forever, take my hand, you know.
That's wow.
Yeah. My dad is still to this day, he'll mention that every now and then.
Well, Scott, have you ever had an experience that you, I know when you was in the military, I know you had terrifying events there, but as far as like paranormal, supernatural, something like that, have you had an event that just really, you know, still fucks with you today?
I didn't hear the last part. Anything that like scared me, or anything that just brought me into doing it?
Well, anything that scared you, you know, that still, you know, messes with your head today.
Well, I mean, nothing like what Melinda's talking about. But there was well, you grew up in Buchanan County. Do you remember over in Grundy? You remember Hoot Owl Mountain? Do you remember that old stone house that sat up on the top curve of Hoot Owl Mountain before you went down either way?
Yeah.
Okay. My uncles used to tell me about that place was haunted as shit. And so, of course, you know, their tales scared us, you know, me and my cousins as kids. But, of course, that piqued our curiosity. So we would walk up there and check it out, and we used to walk through the house and stuff, and by the time we walked through it, it was in shambles, and you couldn't even walk upstairs because the floor was falling in and stuff like that. You could just kind of ramble through the downstairs. But I do remember we were walking away from there one day, and I looked back, and I swear that I saw somebody standing in one of the upstairs windows. And I know that nobody could be standing up there because the floor was falling in. And I did a double take, and then nobody was standing there. So that was really kind of I may have been, 10 or 11 at the time when that happened. And that was kind of, it did scare me. It didn't, like, completely frighten me, but it scared me to the point of, like, I was like, okay, maybe there's something else that I don't know about. And that's really kind of what piqued my curiosity and eventually made me want to be, you know, a paranormal investigator. So, you know, it wasn't nothing that was hurting me or anything like that, but it kind of confirmed these stories that my uncles always told us, and that was kind of freaky because I always thought they were full of shit, right? So.
Well, I could tell about an experience I had that scared me stiff. And the fact of it was, I was in the bed asleep. My mom and Dad and my cousin Karen was watching Friday the 13th, the first one. And the part where jumps out of the water and grabs that girl at the end. My cousin put out such a cold-blooded scream that, you know how it caused me to have that sleep paralysis where I just tightened up. I couldn't move. I was awake. It woke me up, but I couldn't move nothing. And I remember hollering, you know, it was even hard to talk. I was like, whoa, you know, trying to get Mom out. Finally, I guess my muscles were relaxing enough in my throat to say Mom, and I finally, Mom! She comes running, and you know, her and Dad actually had to rub my muscles in my arms and legs to get them moving again.
Wow.
I have never been so scared in my life, but that moment, her screaming in my sleep, tightened me up like a rock.
But that's different. That's different though. That's somebody like screaming that scared you. Like I thought you were asking about like a paranormal event. You know what I mean? That's
what I was. I was asking about paranormal event, but I just wanted to throw that in there because I've never been scared like that. I know I've had those moments where, you know, you puff up, and you're ready to fight, run, you know, you're either going to run or you're going to fight. And I'm not a runner. Them days are gone. I want to fight.
Right.
But as far as anything paranormal that from when I was a kid to now that actually scared me, no, I've never had nothing scare me. I even when I've like been touched, you know, like either had my hair like moved or felt like someone's put their hand on my shoulder or put their hand on my back, or it's not scared me.
I think it's because once you acknowledge it and accept it, I think they pick up on that.
Mm-hmm.
So it's no longer a scare tactic. It's more like an acknowledgement.
But I also think where I've seen so much of it growing up and watching stuff like disappear or go sit on something, you know, an old man's porch and talk to him, and then go tell Mom and Dad about it, and Dad's like, "That ain't no way impossible. That can't be true. That man's been dead ever since I was a kid." And then you take them back up there and show them, and the only thing that's there is the foundation to the house. You remember how they blocked up the rock corners?
But when you were there, the house was still
functional. It was a house. That's how I found it. I smelled smoke.
Right.
And I was way back up on top of the mountain.
When you saw it wasn't broken down.
It was broken down. Old shack. But the guy, his old man sitting on the porch with pair of bibs. Okay. He even had a dog on the porch. I sat there and petted the dog.
Maybe it's Papa Legba.
Oh, what the hell? But it was real. I mean, that's the thing. It was real. I told Mom and Dad about it. Dad's like, ain't no way.
Was it a hound dog?
Yeah.
See, Papa Legba in the voodoo beliefs, he's the one that's coming to you at the crossroads. And he has like an old man look with a hound dog.
Well, this was an old man, and he had a pair of bib overalls on.
Yep, that's usually what it looks like an old man.
He's sitting there smoking a pipe. He had a little fire in his stove, and a hound dog on the porch. Like I said, sat there. He knew Dad, knew my uncles, knew my papa. That's all he sat there and talked about how great my family is. He said, "Boy, you grow up, you be a good man like your family." He said, "Your daddy and good people. You be good like him, boy." And I talked about, when he was younger and shit, how he used to cut wood and all that. He said, "We used just a double-bladed axe. None of that fancy saw shit. I mean, just conversation." Mm-hmm. And then, 4 days later, we went up there, and I showed Dad the spot, and there it was. Nothing left but the four corners of the little rocks that he used for the foundation. And Dad told me, he said, "Let me show you where he's buried." And we'd been walking right by his grave, and I didn't even see it. And there was a little white stone. The name and everything had already wore off. Yeah, it looked something like that. Well, didn't have a trench coat, but that's just old guy like that. But his headstone was probably 50 feet from the house. And Dad's like, I don't know what you saw, but that guy's been dead for 30, 40 years. Yeah, Scott.
Yeah, so Melinda was saying when you saw your grandfather, right? That's what you said, Melinda?
Yeah. Mhm.
But there was no fear. You felt comfort, right? That's what when my mom said that she saw her dad looking over my brother, she felt comfort. There was no fear. No fear whatsoever. It was pure comfort, like it almost like it felt good, right?
Yeah,
so
exactly. Like a big warm blanket,
If there's anybody listening that wants to call in, maybe they could regale us with some stories of similar things, or maybe something frightening. What scared the shit out of you? If there's something that was absolutely frightening, maybe that's the opposite of what we're talking about. What do you got? If you call in. What's the number again, Rod?
516-387-1922.
There you go. Call in. Give us some tales.
They don't
it's
even
interesting though, Melinda. That. Oh no, go ahead.
I was just gonna say, you can call in, not just about this. If it's anything else, we were talking about Bigfoot earlier, UFO experiences,
politics. Anybody want to talk politics?
Oh Lord. I think I need a drink.
No, God, let's not get into that right now.
Let's talk about Trump's pecker. It looks like a mushroom.
That Yoshi wants to eat. But go ahead. What was you saying, Scott?
What's that? I'm sorry, Melinda.
What were you saying? We were talking about the comfort level.
No, I just think it's odd that sometimes, you can experience that, where you can go from, sometimes you could be totally comfortable with it and it feels almost pleasant to the complete opposite of like experience something that's frightening. To me, I got into investigating the paranormal because of my curiosity of, what is happening in the afterlife, because I don't know what happens when people die. Some people have faith that you're going to go to heaven or hell and all that stuff. I don't really have that. And the fact that I have experienced issues, I have experienced things that happen in paranormal. I believe in ghosts. I know what I've seen. I know what I've heard. And it's interesting to me that some experiences can be almost pleasant and then some can be frightening. And that contrast to me is interesting because we don't know, well, I don't know what that is. What do you guys think about that?
Well, I think we all have that mechanism to where, like for instance, like me as a woman, I can meet somebody and just get this real bad vibe off of them, not know them from a can of paint, get a real bad vibe, and I feel like that's their spirit, their energy, coming towards me. So why would it be any different, if somebody negative or something negative, is in the afterlife, as far as the spirit world, I don't see no reason why they couldn't project that in that aspect as well.
Like if you were a dick in life, you're going to be a dick as a ghost.
Exactly.
I believe that.
Yeah. I believe that too. And I think if you're kind in life, you're going to be kind as a ghost. I just, I guess I want to learn more about it, and that's why I do what I do. That's why I'm part of Black Diamond Paranormal Society, because what we're investigating, we're trying to figure out why are these things happening? Not oh, well, they're just happening and that's it. Why are they happening? Did the alarm just go off?
No, we heard. No, we did hear something.
Yeah, I heard something walk across the floor behind me.
Hey, Scott, the other night, I felt a pressure wave. It felt like something just
like a whoosh.
Yeah. But Scott said he heard like 2 footsteps.
I just now heard footsteps.
I heard something. I didn't know what a footstep was, but it sounded like something.
It's over there near the door.
That might be
for the listeners, if you're unaware, there's been some stuff happening in Rod's house, and that's what we're talking about. To not to leave you clueless, and they just heard something. So, what did you hear just then?
I heard footsteps.
I just heard something. I think I couldn't tell what it was. I wasn't really paying that much attention.
When we were talking the other night, Rodney, I definitely heard 2 footsteps. I guess I can't say that it was definitely 2 footsteps, but I heard 2 like thump thump, and I heard it clearly over our video chat. So, and as soon as I heard it, you were like turned and were like, "What the hell?" So.
Because it did. It felt like a pressure wave. Like if you open a door real quick and you get that pressure wave. It felt like that. And I turned back around. I was like, that sounded like 2 footsteps. I'm like, I felt a pressure wave.
I just heard footsteps.
But yeah, we're going to do an investigation in my house sometime next month. And I've been having some things going on. But we'll keep everybody updated and posted on that. I ain't going to let all the goodies out. Because there might be some people.
If you want to find out more, come to Phantom Fest.
There you go. Come to Phantom Fest, and we'll tell you.
Do you remember that time when I was at Nickerson's Sneed house, and I went to the restroom? And
the light bulb.
The light bulb that was clearly the power was cut off to it, and actually it was blown, but yet it was flickering.
Yes, I remember that very well, actually. That's one of the weirdest things I've ever seen. For a light bulb, anybody that's listening, if you understand how electricity works, if the switch is off, there's no power going to that circuit, right? There's no power going to that bulb. The light switch was off, and Melinda walked into the restroom, and the light flickered. She came out and said, "This light just flickered," and we checked it out. We turned the light on and off. When you turned it into the on position, it did not go on because the bulb was blown. When you turned it off, it stayed off, and then as we were standing there testing it, it flickered again, and both of us saw it. That's one of the weirdest things I've ever seen in my life, honestly. And we were both flabbergasted. Like, what the hell just happened there?
Oh, yeah.
And we took the bulb out. When you take a light bulb and you shake it, and it was an incandescent bulb, so when you take it out, when it's blown and you shake it, you can hear the filament that's broken shaking around inside the glass, right? And it was doing that. We plugged it back in and turned it back on, turned it back off, and nothing happened. And then in the off position, the damn thing flickered. The weirdest thing I've ever seen in my life.
Yep.
That place has some weird stuff going on.
Major energy.
Well, that's what I was getting ready to say. I think about everybody in the group. And they say we've investigated, 3 times, 4 times? I think about everybody's had some kind of experience there, even me. And, got to give it props. That place has got some shit going on.
Well, the last time that I heard or seen anything, I actually heard a little girl giggle upstairs.
Mm-hmm. And, the first time we was down there was when it was in that light. It was like a candlelight.
And don't forget the voice, no.
Oh, yeah, and the voice, no.
Now
That was the second time we went there.
That blew my mind.
That was awesome because here's Scott and Jeff's upstairs. They're up there talking. It was late up in the night. Me, Melinda, and Robin was sitting there watching the monitor, not saying anything. And all of a sudden, in between us, you hear, no. I just looked over at Melinda, her eyes real big. I'm like, did you hear that? Yes, I did. Looked at Robin, her eyes real big. Did you hear that? She's like, oh my God, yes.
Both every time I've been there, well, I can't say every time, but there was 2 times that in the same room, that front living room, I have smelled the same perfume. It was weird. Just in that room. I never smelled it in any other room in the house, and I know that none of the women that are with us were wearing that perfume. I don't know. It's just those weird little things that make you think, okay, can you say, well, that's a ghost just for the smell of perfume? Probably not. But it's certainly an odd thing to happen, right? And there's a lot of odd things that happen in that house.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, they are. I mean, that's just like in the basement where we put a recorder, just the DVR, and set it out the first time we were there. We got nobody there, because, from the time stay for hitting the camera and all that, you just hear this heavy breath, like it's right at the mic.
Now, that was a makeshift morgue at one time, right?
Yeah, it was there at the Battle of Saltville.
Mm-hmm.
They turned it into a hospital. And from what I understand, they had some dead soldiers and limbs and stuff like that in the basement area.
Mm.
Now, Rodney, remember, what was that? Describe for the listeners the light that you saw when we were outside. And remember, we tried to recreate that, and we could not do it.
Well, when you go to the Nickerson Sneed house, if you're in the parking lot and you're looking directly at the house, you got the first level and the second level, and it's got the windows on the top and the windows at the bottom, and it's got the door that's got the window up above it. As when you come down the steps, back in the day, that's the way they could see, who's at the door as they're coming down the steps. Well, Jeff, Robin, and all of them were coming out, and I stepped out of the van, seen them coming, and was watching them walk by, and I seen a light move from 2 of the windows on the upstairs balcony and watched the light come down and start coming down the steps. I knew there wasn't nobody in the house, but I was so amazed at what I was seeing because it looked like a lantern candle type light. It wasn't like a flashlight or anything like that. So, once I tried to get everybody's attention and get myself focused to go up there, we went up there, tried to recreate it. It couldn't do it. We couldn't. And I have no idea what that was or what I saw, but I know what I saw, and it was a lantern or some type.
And when we tried to recreate it, I was part of that. We tried walking with we took a headlamp and just hung it in our hand and tried walking down the stairs like that. And you said it looked nothing like that. I took a flashlight and held it in my hand straight as I walked down the stairs, and you said it looked nothing like that. What are the odds? I mean, there's so many weird things that happen in that house. I can't say that everything that we've got in there is paranormal. It's an old house. There's creaky stuff, maybe some things that we get on the EVPs or maybe a house settling or something. It sounds like something. But we've definitely got some good, we've definitely got some EVPs from there. The Irish lady. You want to tell them about that, Rob? The history of the house wasn't the man married to an Irish woman.
Yeah, the man was married to an Irish woman, and we did get an Irish, sound like an Irish dialect speaking. I can't remember exactly what was said now, but
I do. I do. I'll try and recreate it. It
Okay.
sounded like she said, let me set it up. I believe it was Robin said something to somebody about, like, I told you to do this, and right after that you hear, you should have learned better to listen to her. It was really a very clear EVP, one of the best I've ever heard, and it was there, Irish dialect, and they claim that the wife is still there, and you see her in a dress standing in one of the windows, which we never really saw that, but I think that's a pretty good confirmation of that claim that she's still there.
Oh, I do too. And I think Josh found out that they had one of the owners had some slaves, and didn't they bury them in the yard or something, kill them and bury them in the yard?
I don't remember that. I don't know if I ever heard that.
I think so. I can't remember exactly. I have to look that back up. Because Josh, every time I turn around, he's like finding new stuff on the place that even Rhonda didn't even know about, and we give it to her.
I mean, it wouldn't surprise me though, given the history of that house. If anybody listening doesn't know what we're talking about, it's the Nickerson Sneed home in Glade Spring, Virginia. It's a very old house, pre-Civil War house, and like Rod said earlier, the tale says there were people that were brought there from the Battle of Saltville, and they commandeered it to be a field hospital, essentially.
Mm-hmm.
And what's the story of the upstairs, Rod? Do you remember that with the doctor's room?
The red room.
The red room.
Yeah, the red room.
There's just so much going on, I can't remember it all.
He had an office up there, but it was also an examination room, correct?
I thought they had turned that one bedroom into like the operating room.
There's so many stories I can't remember them all.
Is that where the skeleton came from the guy? Supposedly he had done something to the bones up there in that room.
A real skeleton?
Yeah, remember? Was it like Robin was telling me something about supposed to have been one of his slaves, or he actually had the skeleton of him?
It may be. I don't see. That's the thing. There's just so many different stories coming out of that house that, and as long as it's been sitting there, I kind of get them mixed up with other people. But I don't have it in front of me.
I think he boiled them, and then he made an actual full skeleton of him.
That's kind of fucked up if you did.
I mean, for real. That's what I think Robin once told me.
And then a werewolf came out and fucked everybody up, and it was awesome. Oh wait, no, I was thinking about a movie.
That's another show.
That's called embellishment there. But this house people can go to. You don't have to just go if we're there. I mean, it's something you can go visit.
Yeah, they have a haunted house, right?
Yeah, and they also the gypsies are there. They do the readings and whatnot as well.
And perhaps we could have a public investigation where listeners could join us and go check it out. If you're interested, contact Rodney at Black Diamond Paranormal Society.
Yep, you can catch us on Facebook, the website, blackdiamondps.org. I'm all over the place. Instagram, Black Diamond PS, Twitter. We're everywhere. We're on social media.
Midgetporn.hub.
Paranormalporn.hub. That's a good one.
Rodney likes the midgets. Don't judge. Don't judge. Just if you're interested in the paranormal stuff, contact Rodney. Or if you're a midget, contact Rodney.
Yeah. But yeah, we would like to work out a public investigation. We tried to do 3 of them this year, but they flopped like bad. But I think it was the timing. It was bad timing. It's hard to get people interested in the.
Anybody listening, if you want to do it, contact Rodney. Tell him you want to do it, and then maybe we can set that up.
Yep, sure will. So have you had any Bigfoot or UFO experiences? Because I noticed we talked about paranormal. How about any experiences like that?
Yeah, Bigfoot, no. UFO, I did have an experience as a kid. I don't recollect being abducted and anally probed. But
did you remember?
I do remember me and my buddy Marty that I grew up with. We were camping out in my backyard in the tent. It was one of those tents that had like the exposed screen where you could look up the sky. And we did see, a light that was moving abnormally through the sky. Like there was no way that it was a plane. No way that it was a meteor. It moved in like triangular ways, and it did it for a while, and then all of a sudden it just took off. And we were both like, "What the hell was that?" But to be honest with you, that's it. That's about the only thing. Unless I have been anally probed, and they gave me the blinky thing, and I don't remember.
They done a Men in Black on his ass after they anally probed him.
Oh, now you're gonna give me shit for being anally probed, and I don't even know if I've been anally probed. What the fuck, Rodney?
I'm not giving you shit. I'm just saying if it happened, I feel bad for you.
My feelings are hurt. Melinda, what do you think? You giving me kisses? Thank you, Melinda. Thank you. For those of you not listening, that was right in the field. Talking about my anally probing, Melinda just blew me a kiss. Thank you, Melinda.
See, some people do.
Can we just move on with the show? I really don't want to talk about it anymore. Next subject.
He's gonna need therapy.
He's gonna need therapy on that one. So, do we need to delve more into this?
That's not the reason that I need therapy, by the way.
Oh.
This has been a really exciting show.
I'm having my therapy right now. It's called Cold Pabst Blue Ribbon Beer. Yes.
Oh,
are they a sponsor yet? Because if not, they should be.
they should now. They need to pay some money for that. But I want to back up to the guy that called and asked if the God thing. Do we believe in God? I wonder. I mean, I know he said that he felt the spirit tell him to do that.
He said he heard.
Or heard the spirit. Yeah. I wonder if that was directed at anybody within the 3 people here.
Oh, I think so.
I think so too.
Mhm.
I wonder who that person was.
Probably all 3 of us.
I think so too. What do you think about that?
I don't know. Do you think it was me?
No, I think it's all. I agree with Melinda. I think it's all three of us. I think that he heard, he probably heard us talk, and her being a pagan and me being an atheist and you being, I would say, agnostic.
Yeah, because he said Scott was atheist, and Scott didn't say that. He said he did believe in a higher power, but he did not believe in religion.
Right.
That's correct. So, I don't know. Yeah, I think maybe that's why he said that. But that's why I wanted to ask him. I wanted him to specify that, and he really kind of didn't that much. He was kind of all over the place.
Well, just in case you're still listening, I am pagan. We don't kill babies or sacrifice virgins because, well, I love children, and it's hard to find a virgin these days.
Ain't that the damn truth?
I don't know. I mean, I was being legit with the guy, asking him. I wasn't trying to call him out or nothing. I just wanted to know what his thought process was.
Oh yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm not knocking him. I was just trying. You were trying to go down that rabbit hole, trying to figure out what was the purpose of the call, just to ask us, did we believe in God?
Yeah, because he didn't ask about the show. He didn't ask about Phantom Fest. It went straight to the God thing.
Because I was even like, what? I heard him the first time. I just wanted him to say it again, just to make sure I heard what I thought I heard.
Right.
Because I thought he was going to come at me at first. Because, normally when people that know that I'm atheist, they automatically start giving me some grief or want to preach to me or something like that, and which it don't do them no good. I was preached to down near half my fucking life, so I don't need to hear it again. I know you're not gonna sell it to me again.
Right.
I bought that shit once.
But he wasn't being abrasive though. That was good.
No. Yeah,
because even when Scott was just kind of backing off of it a little bit, he was. Everybody was being respectful.
Yeah, and I respect that. I really do. But it's just kind of odd, somebody just call in. Oh, so you want to talk about something? Yeah. Do you believe in God? Boy, you went straight for the big one, didn't you? Let's go for the $1 million quick.
Well, and that's why I went down that road. I gave him his chance to speak his piece, but then I was like, dude, why are you asking this? This is not even the subject matter. And then you bring that up, out of the blue. So why? Why are you asking that? So I think you're probably on point, actually, Rod, because of the fact that, we all kind of stated what we were or what we are. And I don't know. That's kind of weird. No, actually, though, I didn't say that until he called, though. So he kind of just called with that out of the blue, because it wasn't until he called and he started asking that I said that.
Yeah.
Because remember, I was like, dude, you don't know me. You don't know what I think. And then I was like, I believe in a higher power. I don't believe in religion.
I believe we got a caller. Let's see if
take
if
it. See if that's that guy again.
No, that's somebody else. 276-525. You're on the air. This is Rodney, Melinda, and Scott. Hello. How are you doing tonight? Do you have a question for any of us?
Apparently not.
Apparently
thanks for calling.
Yeah, thanks for calling. Sorry about that. But
call back if there was a bad reception or something.
But yeah, I mean, if people want to know how I think and how I believe, I'll put it out there.
Well, he probably was making assumptions as well.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Because like Scott said, he didn't clarify either way, so he probably just made an assumption.
Mm-hmm.
And you know what happens when you make assumptions?
Make an ass out of everybody.
You make an ass out of you and umption.
Who's umption? Never heard of him.
He's everywhere. He's right there with Bill and Dave.
Oh, damn it.
That's a lot of people.
That's a lot of people.
And I just don't like being preached at. I don't like being preached at. And you know, everybody's their own person. And you know, I respect, and I truly do believe this. I respect if you have your own beliefs, your own religions, you're welcome to it, even if I don't agree with it. But when you come to me and start preaching at me and telling me, you know, oh, you should be this way or anything, and I'm not saying that guy did it because he wasn't really doing that, but that shit pisses me off. And so that's why I was really curious, and I wanted to ask him that question, like, why did you ask that? Because we weren't talking about it. So why did you bring that up? You're coming straight into the conversation with that very serious question.
Well, that's true. I mean, that was straight up. So, what else everybody got on their mind for a few more minutes?
Well, I guess we should go back to doing what we were doing and promote Phantom Fest.
Okay. So is November 13th. Let me pull all this back up so I can make sure I get it right.
Third, right? November 3rd.
No, oh, I got that. Thank you. I remember that part. I just can't remember the damn place we're having it.
It's at the conference center.
See, look at that. That's the reason why I need you people. I need y'all bad, man. Y'all keep me straight.
Show
Yeah.
prep, man. Show prep. Let's go, Rodney.
Hey, I'm correct. Okay, the Phantom Fest is, like we said, November 3rd from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. It's located at the Russell County Conference Center at 139 Highland Drive, Lebanon, Virginia. Tickets are $7 a person or $5 a person if you bring 2 non-perishable food items to be donated to the Elk Garden Community Church. Is it Community Church? Ministry. Wait a minute. Let me pull that up. Shit. Oh, Lord. Right here tells me more than what I have. I need to just go to this. Oh, yeah. Elk Garden School Community Ministry. Yep, you're right. Damn, girl.
I'm a great student.
You are. and the Phantom Fest is sponsored by Black Diamond Paranormal Society, SOS Sisters of Salem. That's Misty and Lee Connors. Also, the Garden School Community Ministry is also sponsoring it, along with the Connor Sisters Blog Talk Show Paranormal Party, and also Air Blog Talk Radio Show Within the Chaos. Do you want to add anything? You want to do some of this, or you just want me to keep doing it?
Oh, I can tell what you want.
Girl, you go for it. I love hearing your sexy voice anyway.
Take it.
My country sales. We're also having a costume contest for the kids, and the winners get a trophy. There's going to be a food truck there. It's going to be selling hot dogs and hamburgers and things of that nature. It's going to be a bouncy house for the children.
And a bouncy slide.
And a bouncy slide.
Let me pull something else up so you can see. Let's pull out more info. I guess we talk about some of these guests now a little bit, a few of them. Let me pull this up. Ooh, too much. Back that up a little bit. There you go.
Heather Arnold's going to be there. She's an author, researcher of giants and the megaliths. She also does the magical tours, the Aruba tours in Aruba. Let's see. Sean.
I want to go to Aruba.
Yeah, Sean Anthony.
Sean Anthony's going to be there. He is he does horror, supernatural. He's an award-winning director, writer, cinematographer. He's going to be there. Who else did we not mention yet?
Steve Stanley. He's from Roanoke. He does the Radio Free Roanoke. Host of Face the Fantastic. Also, the Connor sisters. They'll be speaking along with the Southern Gypsies, seeing how they're in both. They're teamed
Affiliated
up.
with each
yeah,
other.
they're all tag teams.
And they'll be doing like tarot card readings. One of the ladies is going to be there, Holly. She's a healer.
Holly Mullins is a healer. The sisters do the tarot card readings. Rhonda, what's her last name? Shit. What's Rhonda's last name? Claudille.
Yeah.
Thank you. She'll be doing her tea leaf
reading.
Yeah.
She's a Reiki healer.
And then Kelly Baker, she's part of the group and she's learning. She's a trainee, as you call. And she's there just to be sexy. And then we're going to have John. How do you say his last name? Remember, we had trouble with that.
Is it Kierendall?
Kierendall. He's the guy that's coming from Colorado. He's a paranormal and cryptic investigator. He's got a couple of books out about Bigfoot. And Gary.
We're going to tear this one up.
Scott, what did you say his name was? You see if you pronounce it. You sound more better with his name than what I did.
Hold on. You sent it to me. Hold on. Let me look. And I don't know if I'm getting this right. I apologize, Gary, if I'm not getting it right. Kvachich, maybe?
Kruplus? Is it Kruplus?
Kruplus?
It's Kwapizz. Kvachich or Kvachich, something like
yeah, Gary.
like that. I apologize, Gary, for totally massacring your name. I promise when you get to the event, I will talk to you and make sure I know how to say it. Because, by the way, I will be one of the hosts because I'm ugly and I have no charisma and clearly can't speak anyone's name. So there's good things ahead.
Well, Gary's a comic book illustrator. He's best known for the last great Conan artist. He's Conan the Barbarian comic books illustration for them. So he's going to be speaking and talking about that and hopefully selling some of his comic books, which I'm sure I'll be like, comic books! Oh, comic books. And we mentioned, don't forget Justin, my buddy Justin. Justin Trout. His father should be there. A real good friend of mine, Clayton Trout. I think Clayton's going to set up with him. He's got some books that he authors about kid books and the paranormal. I can't remember the name of them, so Clayton don't be mad at me.
And Jessica, please.
Yeah, we can't forget about Jessica. She's going to be a special appearance. She's going to be mopping the floor, I guess, or sitting there. And she's an award-winning actress, horror scream queen. And she's going to be selling DVDs of her movies, signing autographs, talking to people, all that good shit. And
isn't there something about a dragon?
Yeah, but I haven't heard back from him. There's a guy that's wanting to bring a dragon. It's a wall mural, and he has a dragon head that's coming out of it. And he sent me pictures, and it looks awesome, but he hasn't sent in his app. I'm going to have to remind him because he's really wanting to come, and I really want him to come too. It'd be great for people to get him some photos of it. Oh, and another thing, I'm going to set up a backdrop of Halloween backdrops for people if they want to stop and get them some selfies with a Halloween backdrop. More than likely, you're more welcome to that. Oh, and also, the star of the show, Phantom, will be there.
Oh yeah, we forgot about him.
The Phantom will be amongst the crowd, looking for the next one that's going to cross over with him. That motherfucker better stay away from me.
And a fire-breathing dragon that's going to be flying around the skies of Lebanon, breathing fire on everybody. No, you can't really hold me responsible for those statements. It's all Rodney's fault. It's all Rodney's fault. Blame Rodney if there's not a flying dragon breathing fire.
Yeah, I don't want to have to get somebody with a damn drone with a dragon on. I'll be like, please, I need a dragon. It better spit some fire. Bigfoot himself is going to make an appearance. Yes, the actual Bigfoot, the only one ever that there's been photos taken of. He's coming out Seattle, where he normally likes to live a grunge lifestyle and wear flannels and drink crappy tea and craft beers and eat kale or something. He's coming out, and he's going to hang out and be like, dude, I'm Bigfoot. What's up? Do you guys like Pearl Jam? Because I still do. Now, I do know there's going to be some cosplay people there. There are going to be some people, I think Poison Ivy's going to show up. Who else will show up? Who are you going to be?
Oh, Maleficent's going to be there.
Uh-huh. And if I'm not mistaken, word through a little parrot came to me and said there was a possibility Pharaoh might show up.
Yummy.
I second that. Yummy. And
also, an actual alien is going to show up. An alien from outer space is going to fly his alien craft into Lebanon and land on top of the building and hang out and sign autographs. And then he's going to scoot because he's got, extraterrestrial stuff to do.
he's got to do flybys over Air Force bases and fuck with people.
I mean, the guy's got a busy schedule. He's just gonna stop in for a quick autograph session, and then he's taking off.
That's it. He's gonna be like, "See you folks later. I got airports to buzz." What? We're running out of time.
No. Hit 525.
Hit 525. Okay. They're gonna talk to me now. Hello, 525. You're on the air with Rodney, Melinda, and Scott.
Hello, Rodney, Melinda, and Scott. This is
How you
Joe.
doing? How you doing, Joe?
Well, I'm sorry I signed on a little bit late.
That's all right.
I've been listening to the show. I interacted with you a couple of weeks ago.
Uh-huh.
When we talked about the co and things.
Uh-huh.
But my question is to Melinda.
Okay.
I think it would be very, very cool if I could take you on a date.
Oh. Does this date include dinner?
Is that what a date is?
Whatever you want.
Gotta ask these days.
It's been a long time. I don't know. I'm like, what the hell's a date now?
Well, I
Date,
like
dating in this day and time has changed from what traditional dating was. I agree. But, of course, whatever you would like.
Well, I tell you what, you hit me up afterwards, after the show, and we'll talk about it. See what we can do.
I can do that. Thanks for the show, too, Rodney. Sorry I signed on late.
Oh, that's all right. That's all right, man. As long as we get one listener, we did something.
Do you have any questions about paranormal or UFOs or anything like that?
I haven't seen any, of course.
I think he got his
We're
question.
too busy dealing with other things.
He's like, I gotta work, man. I ain't got time to look up. Well, I do appreciate you listening to us. I know some people, they're like, what kind of damn show is this?
Hey, and I admire your moxie, sir, calling up and asking her out, which you really just made a statement, not a question. But nonetheless, you asked her out, and I admire your moxie. So, 10-4, good buddy.
Thank you, sir.
You're welcome.
Talk to you later.
Well, you
Yes,
cut him
ma'am.
off. You might have something else to say.
Well, he said he didn't see anything.
Well, maybe you want to talk some more.
Well, is there anything else you'd like to say, Joe?
No, ma'am. I'm good.
Okay then.
Well, hit her up offline, buddy, and maybe next time give her a proper date request, not just a statement. That's all I'm saying.
Oh God, school somebody know how to ask way out.
Well, it's pretty easy. You just say, hey, I think you're really pretty. Would you like to go to dinner with me? Not like, I have a question. I would like to take you to dinner or something. Like, just say, hey, what's up, babe? Yeah. Give a little wink, which she can't see because you're clearly on the phone right now. And, and say, I think you're cute. And I would like to take you to dinner. And would you like to go with me? That's the thing, is the question portion of it. Would you like to go with me? That's all I'm saying.
Okay. Well, with that being said, we're going to say goodnight to everybody. It's been great. It's been an awesome show. I want to thank everybody that called in, had a great time. This was fun. I like it when we just
ad-lib.
When we ad-lib and just shoot the shit.
Mm-hmm.
Heck yeah, buddy. Where are you from? Right quick. Do you live in the area?
Wait a minute, let me turn him back on. Okay, Joe, I turned your mic back on.
I'm in Virginia.
He ain't gonna tell you exactly.
Okay, so you're fairly welcome.
He don't want to date you.
Yeah, God.
No. I'm just trying to figure out where our listeners are from. That's all.
God, I'm just giving you a hard time.
but maybe I think he's cute as well. Is that okay? All right. Cut it off, Rod.
I'll cut it off. Thank you all for listening. Y'all have a good weekend. And next week we'll have John Titter on the show. Same time, same place, same station, all that good shit. You got anything to say?
No.
No. You don't want to say bye, y'all?
I don't say that. I say good night, everyone.
Night. Y'all have a good one. Thank y'all for listening. Like I said, everybody be safe out there. That's it for us tonight. I want to thank everyone that took the time to listen in. I'd like to give a big shout out to the Vibe Radio Network and to Ryan for putting up with us. Also to all the first responders and our men and women in the armed services. Thank you for your service and the sacrifices that you and your families make every day to keep our great nation safe. Tune in next week to another exciting show starting at 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Everyone can go to our Facebook page Within the Chaos, and don't forget to like our page to see upcoming guests along with past shows, postings, or you can also go to my website at www.blackdiamondps.org or blogtalkradio.com/Vibe Radio Network. Also, we have a YouTube channel, so go to YouTube, look up Within the Chaos for past shows. Thanks again. Until next week, everyone have a safe weekend and have a good night. And love you all. Be careful out there.
I'm sorry. But I don't want to be an emperor. That's not my business. I don't want to rule or conquer anyone. I should like to help everyone if possible. Jew, Gentile, black man, white. We all want to help one another. Human beings are like that. We want to live by each other's happiness, not by each other's misery. We don't want to hate and despise one another. In this world, there's room for everyone, and the good earth is rich and can provide for everyone. The way of life can be free and beautiful, but we have lost the way. Greed has poisoned men's souls, has barricaded the world with hate, has goose-stepped us into misery and bloodshed. We have developed speed, but we have shut ourselves in. Machinery that gives abundance has left us in want. Our knowledge has made us cynical, our cleverness hard and unkind. We think too much and feel too little. More than machinery, we need humanity. More than cleverness, we need kindness and gentleness. Without these qualities, life will be violent, and all will be lost. The aeroplane and the radio have brought us closer together. The very nature of these inventions cries out for the goodness in men, cries out for universal brotherhood, for the unity of us all. Even now, my voice is reaching millions throughout the world, millions of despairing men, women, and little children, victims of a system that makes men torture and imprison innocent people. To those who can hear me, I say, do not despair. The misery that is now upon us is but the passing of greed, the bitterness of men who fear the way of human progress. The hate of men will pass, and dictators die, and the power they took from the people will return to the people. And so long as men die, liberty will never perish. Soldiers, don't give yourselves to brutes, men who despise you, enslave you, who regiment your lives, tell you what to do, what to think, or what to feel, who drill you, diet you, treat you like cattle, use you as cannon fodder. Don't give yourselves to these unnatural men, machine men with machine minds and machine hearts. You are not machines, you are not cattle, you are men. You have the love of humanity in your hearts. You don't hate, only the unloved hate, the unloved and the unnatural. Soldiers, don't fight for slavery, fight for liberty. In the 17th chapter of St. Luke it is written, the kingdom of God is within man, not one man nor a group of men, but in all men, in you. You, the people, have the power to create machines, the power to create happiness. You, the people, have the power to make this life free and beautiful, to make this life a wonderful adventure. Then in the name of democracy, let us use that power. Let us all unite. Let us fight for a new world, a decent world, that will give men a chance to work, that will give youth a future and old age a security. By the promise of these things, brutes have risen to power, but they lie. They do not fulfill that promise. They never will. Dictators free themselves, but they enslave the people. Now let us fight to fulfill that promise. Let us fight to free the world, to do away with national barriers, to do away with greed, with hate and intolerance. Let us fight for a world of reason, a world where science and progress will lead to all men's happiness. Soldiers, in the name of democracy, let us all unite!
It's maybe the night that my dreams might let me know. All the stars are closer, all the stars are closer.
Tell me what you gonna do to me. Confrontation ain't nothing new to me. You could bring a bullet, bring a sword, bring a morgue, but you can't bring the truth to me.
Alexa, play Kendrick Lamar and SZA.
Okay. Maybe the night that my dreams might let me know. All the stars are closer.
With Amazon Music, a voice is all you need. Get tens of millions of songs. Download the Amazon Music app today.
Point out the colors of you, I see them too, and boy, I like them, I like them, I like them. We way too fly to partake in all this hate, we out here vibing, we vibing, we vibing.
Alexa, play Ariana Grande.
Okay.
With Amazon Music, a voice is all you need. Get tens of millions of songs. Download the Amazon Music app today.